Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a updated video on how to find stocks to trade. Not that long ago, I made a video on how to trade penny stocks. Basically how to find it, how to look at it on a chart, and how to look for like any interesting news. Let's see if I can bring it up. How to trade penny stocks. Oops. Help if I could spell. And there's a lot of other good videos on here you could all watch, and Google articles you could read, and it's limitless on what you guys can find on here. So here's my video about 6 months ago. It's at about 137,000 views right now, so it got pretty popular pretty quick. Didn't expect that to happen, but I thought I would basically make an update, maybe even a little more in-depth way of doing it. And I'm going to continue to use free tools to show you all how easy it is. Or I shouldn't say how easy it is, I should show you how capable you are of being able to do it, so long as you have a computer. As long as you have a computer, you can do this yourself. So it's not far reaching. You don't have to buy expensive software. You don't have to subscribe to a service. You could up your game by doing that, but you can still get by with doing some of this stuff. So the three websites I'm going to use is finviz.com, which is going to be my screener to find stocks, stockcharts.com, which is going to be my charting tool, and Google Finance, which is going to basically help me find like news articles and stuff related to the stock, and try to figure out why that stock is particularly moving, but being a lot of buying and selling going on. So you have options here at the top. You have home, news, screener, maps, groups, and so on. We're just going to focus on screener. And you have three different types of screeners you could do. You could do a descriptive screener, you could do a fundamental screener, and then you could do a technical screener. I'm just going to use the descriptive one. And you have your subcategories, exchange, market cap, earnings date, dividend yield, float short, analyst recommendation, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do four of them. Try to keep it simple. First one I'm going to do is the average volume. I'm going to choose over 100K. That basically means on a regular day, more than 100,000 or about 100,000 people are buying and selling this stock in a day. So the volume is relatively $100,000 or 100,000 people a day. It could be more, could be less. It's just on average around 100,000. Now the float short, I'm going to put low, less than 5%. That just basically means there's a limited number of shares available for people to buy. So if people do start buying shares of that company, it's really going to shoot up quick, or vice versa. If they start selling shares, it's going to shoot down really quick. And we want quick moves. We want volatility when you day trade, because that way, you can make profits quickly. If you want to do long-term investing, some of these ideas might not do as well, but they could still be good to learn and help you. The next one is relative volume. I'm going to choose over 2. Basically, relative volume is how many times that day is it trading more than the average volume. So if it's over 2, it's 2 times that day. So instead of 100K today, it's 200K. And if I chose over 5 instead of 100K today, it'd be 500K. So it's how many times more that stock is being bought and sold. So something's basically going on, and that stock is a hot stock right now, and people are buying and selling it. And then the last one I'm going to go to is price, and I'm just going to do under $10. And I think anything under $10 is of course a little more riskier, but it's better for entry level people coming in that can't afford to open a $25,000 trading account to bypass the pattern day trading rule. Instead, they could use these sub $10 stocks. If they only have a few $100 to invest, maybe less, and they could buy them little by little, or if they could day trade every day or every other day, depending on how your software is and what broker you use. If you use a broker like me, like SureTrader outside the United States, I'm not subject to the PDT rules. But if you get a broker inside the United States, you have to have over $25,000 to not be subject to the PDT rule. So just keep that in mind. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to choose the charts menu. You have the other one, overview, valuation, financial ownership. I just like using charts because I just want to look at the chart, and I'm specifically looking for a big candle like right here. So CAPR here, it's kind of coming along here, and it had this big drop. So this is basically just a big open gap for this to shoot back up if there's good news, and it looks like it kind of already started. You can see this green line right here, but we could look at it on stockcharts.com to get a better look at it. So see this big candle right here, how it just jumped up, and this was even down in the red. It had low RSI, which is the relative strength index, so it basically shows the momentum and directions that the stock is going. So it was low and in the red, and you can see down here it dropped down, it's really low, and then now it shot up, and the RSI shot up as well, and it's about 74, so it's almost in the upper territory where it starts going green, which means it's overbought. Red is oversold, green is overbought. Below 30 is oversold, above 70 is overbought. So that's kind of what you're looking for in that range between like 70 and 30 is kind of like in the middle. But so it looks like I had a big candle move, so something happened, right? So let's go to Google Finance now, look up CAPR, and let's see if there's any news that goes along with it. So basically on the right side here you'll have the news, and you can sort by relevance and date. I just do it by date so I get the most recent information, and I kind of look through these titles and just see what stands out to me, and like it might have a particular article with some good information that would explain why the stock is moving. And this one right here, C, which is right here, says Capricor Therapeutics Inc. CAPR shares skyrocket. Here's why. So this article is basically going to tell me why this stock is shooting up, so I want to read through it. So it says it's a very rewarding trading day for investors in Capricor Therapeutics Inc., which shares up nearly 130%. It's pretty big, making the stock Wall Street bull of the day. The reason? Capricor announced this morning that the FDA has granted rare pediatric disease designation to CAP-1002, Capricor's development candidate for the treatment of, I don't know how to pronounce that, muscular dystrophy. So basically the key word is there's FDA granted. That's the key word. That's what we're looking for. I'm sure the rest of this article is important and has a lot of good information, but that right there is eye-catching. That right there is what traders look for. They look for certain keywords, agreement, approval, buyout, FDA, so on and so forth. They look for certain keywords in articles that jump out and that make traders want to buy that stock. So me personally, I'm not saying go out right now and buy CAPR. I'm just saying right now it's on a run up. It broke out of this low trend and shot up, and it has good news. It's got FDA approval. It's got FDA grant for a rare pediatric drug. So that's big news, and that's why that stock is in play, and that's why people are trading it. Now this could be a play that continues on. It could be a play that only lasts a day. Other pharmaceutical companies that are in the similar kind of space could also get some sympathy from it, and they could also trade up as well. So it has potential there. But that's just one example of this stock. So let's look at another one. Let's see if we can find another one. So this stock, CBAY, is up, but it's already on a pretty good uptrend. So I'm assuming it's going to drop back, because it's already uptrending pretty strong. So the fact that it's going up even stronger makes me think it's going to drop back. So for right now, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to say it's a bad stock, don't trade or anything. It's just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to ignore it. And I'm just kind of looking for a big candle, basically, in a chart. Load looks like it has one right here. It looks like there's a big move, and it broke out above this purplish trend line, so it's breaking into a new area. So let's look at that one. And you could look at any of these stocks, of course, and you might see a different one than me and think it's a good buy, and that's totally fine. I'm just trying to give this example. But here it is, a nice big candle right here. So something happened today that made this big move, and you could see it was trending downward for a while, and then it just shot up. And even the RSI was over sold down here, and it started coming up, and then it pulled back, and now it shot up again. So let's go to Google Finance again, type in load up here, and let's see what kind of news is going on with this thing. See, we got remarkable runner, Comstock Mining, 2 stocks to keep an eye on. Yield testing exceeds expectations. Okay, that right there stands out to me. Exceeds expectations. Let's see what's going on with that. Virginia City, July 18th. Comstock Mining Inc., the company, reported today that recent metallurgical column tests on mineralized material from the Dayton resource area have exceeded already high yield expectations. So that sounds good. Exceeding expectations. That sounds like 2 good words right there. So whatever analysts and company forecasts were, and that people were betting the stock were going to be at, they exceeded it. So they went beyond it. So that's a good reason why this stock is running up. So I would think that's why this stock is in play and people are buying it today. So now again, am I saying that tomorrow this will still go up? I don't know that, but I can say from this play right now, there's definitely a vested interest in it, and there could be some residual the next day or the next 2 days that this stock could keep running up. And the next resistance will probably be around this red line or the pink line at 23, which is the 200-day moving average. So it still has room from 20 to 23 to go potentially. But that's an example of why the stock is running up. And let's do like another one. I'm not interested in this big drop red candle. I'm looking for more of a green candle, uptrend. Okay, QURE looks like it has a big candle right here. So let's look at it on the chart. QURE. And yep, here's a nice big candle. And you can see as compared to the other candles here, they're kind of small. There's a big candle right here, and then these other ones are kind of small, and there's a big candle right here, and these other ones are kind of small, and there's a big red candle right here. So I'm looking for the big candles, so that means that trading day specifically something was going on. And you can see the RSI is getting up in the 70s, so kind of high, but not quite there yet. So let's look at it for news. Go to Google Finance, QURE. Let's see over here in the articles, blah, 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 histogram levels above the 0 line. NASDAQ here stocking up. Expands, here we go. Expands intellectual property portfolio with newly issued patent. Okay, that's a good one right there. They got a patent approval, or they got a patent issued. That's good. Let's see. UMass, blah, 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 July 18, 2018, NASDAQ, blah, blah. A leader in human gene therapy and AAV manufacturing today announced that the United States Patent and Trademark Office has granted a patent for and that's right there, boom, that's gold right there, granted a patent for a proprietary invention by the company which broadly covers an important component of insect cell-based manufacturing technology. They issue patent number, blah, a member of one Herman's patent families with claims covering the expression of both Rep78 and Rep52 proteins from a Rep78 nucleic acid sequence in insect cells. So I don't know what any of that crap means, but I see granted a patent from the United States Patent Trademark Office. So that's big right there. And when I see that, other traders see that, that's a sign to start buying, because that's really good news for that stock. So that's why you see this big candle here. People saw that and they started buying because they're like, oh shit, this is good news for that stock, and they're gonna be running up, and I need to get in early. People want to get in right away. So, and that's kind of just a way to look through kind of fairly quickly. And you can take a lot more time and do this. Of course, you can go through all the charts and look for other things. SRRA looks like it kind of has a move right here, like a big green area. TANH looks like it has a big green candle right here. Looks like it ran up. Let's see. No, it's kind of small here on TGB. TTOO has a big candle. Looks like it ran up. That's really kind of it for at least what I see. But just as an example, I was looking for those big green candles that were basically breaking through the current trend. And then I just followed up looking at it on the chart to verify and say, oh yeah, that's a big candle right there. That's a big upward candle. It's trending, and RSI is trending outward, so something's happening. And then you go to Google Finance and you find the story, because there's always going to be like or most of the time there's going to be like a catalyst as to why that's happening. Sometimes stocks will just trade up for whatever reason, and you won't know. And you could chase it. I wouldn't recommend chasing a stock, but you could try to follow it and see what happens. But I would rather buy a stock that has a article or a press release or something out that has positive news, and it's going to guarantee that everyone's watching the stock right now and everyone's buying into it right now, so you can profit from that. So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss in this, is just some of these basic tools that are for free that you could use 24 hours a day to help you find stocks. And now this is more of a strategy where you're pre-gaming kind of the night before. Like I would do this like around 8 or 9 o'clock at night before I go to bed, and then kind of make a list of some of these stocks, and then tomorrow morning start scanning and searching and see what's going on with these stocks, if they're still trading high volatility, if follow up and see if there's more news. I'd follow through on that. Some people, what they do is they'll get a subscription to Trade Ideas, and let the scanners do the thing, and the scanners will tell them right away which stocks are jumping up right at that second, so they don't have to do this. And then they have like a Thinkorswim charting software, which is more advanced, gives you more options, so they don't have to go into stock charts, and that's fine. Like, you could use those options, that's totally okay. I'm just showing you these 3 tools that are accessible to, I'm sure, the majority of people that watch this channel, and you could research stocks that way. And you could use this for like big stocks too. You could do like Tesla. You could look at it on a chart, see how good it's looking, and it has news articles here, and you can follow up, and you can make trades based on that. But I'm focusing on more small accounts. I trade a small account. I'm trying to help other people that trade small accounts, so that way you can basically grow it to that point where you can get that $25,000 account and not be subject to the PDT rule, and have more options and freedom for trading. So these are just some tools to help you all. Again, like, this is kind of what I've been working on up to this point, and down the road I anticipate to get better and get better tools. And when I do, like, I want to follow up on videos like this and share them, and try to give you more strategies and helpful tips to help everybody in their trading career. This is a marathon for me. It's not a sprint. I'm gonna spend the majority of my life, if not all of my life, spending time investing and trading, because I enjoy doing it, and I hope to one day make it my primary source of income. So the more I learn, the better, and the more I share, the more people can benefit. So it's always good. But anyway, if this was helpful to you all, as always, like and subscribe to my channel. That kind of helps keep me going. It lets me know that what I'm doing actually matters, and people are watching it and benefiting from it. If you think someone else might like it, or if you think it's just good information to share, share that video. You guys can always follow me on my Twitter account, AppTrades. I'm not as active on it, but once in a while I'll put out some information there that if you all want to follow up on, that I won't necessarily make a video on, but you can go through it that way. And as always, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them and try to help you out. So I hope this was good for you all. Hope it was helpful, and I hope you continue getting better in your trading and investing, and you can improve. And like I say, as always, watch other videos, channels, subscribe to other people, just learn as much as you can. There's no, in my opinion, there's no such thing as bad information. You deem yourself whether it's good or not. You don't just go off someone else's opinion. You got to put in the time and understand it, and basically make that decision if it's worthy of your time, if it's worthy of being used. So hopefully this is worthy for you all, and hopefully you all can learn from it. So anyways, with that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day.